Jawab.
Madam, I am very grateful to the honourable members who have
And the chair too.
and the chair who, particularly because a very important point was raised by the honourable chairperson. Madam, you had asked a question on the right of the widows, and I had indicated that there were some difficulties in the succession therein, where I had received a representation. There are three different categories under section 33. If if a Christian male dies and leaves behind lenient descendants, 1/3 of property goes to the widow, 2/3 goes to the other lenient descendants. If he leaves behind no lenient descendant, but has left others who are kindred to him, then it's shared between the widow and them half and half. And if there is nobody else, then entirely it goes to the widow. So there are three different categories which it deals with. Whereas the honourable members have made various suggestions. A suggestion was made that please bring a special law, you treat them equally at par as far as men are concerned. As I mentioned in the beginning, that we are dealing with a personal law. And therefore, the normal practice by the government has been that whenever we amend personal laws, we receive suggestions, we have wide-ranging consultations with the community, and only then we come to the parliament, because we don't want anything to be done with parliament without an advice or a consultation with the community members itself. The honourable member also made a statement as to why are you putting it at par with the Muslims and not the Hindus, Jains and Buddhists are being treated separately. Madam, the reason for this is section 213 of the Succession Act carves out an exception in favour of Muslims, that with regard to the Muslims, such a probate is not required. With regard to Hindus, Buddhists, Sikhs and Jains, it is required only for those of a particular category who are prescribed under section 57. I have, in all fairness, not been able to understand the rationale for it, and section 57 says that Hindus who are within the jurisdiction, or Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains within the jurisdiction, as in 1925, of the areas under the jurisdiction of the Lieutenant Governor of Bengal or the High Courts of Madras and Bombay alone will require a probate, others will not require it. There must have been some special reason in carving out this exception in these three areas in that category. As I said in the very beginning, I have not been able to understand why Hindus in 3 cities should require it, Buddhists and Jains in 3 cities should require it and not in the rest of the country. I'll try to find out the reason, but so far we have not received any complaints or representations from those people residing in those areas itself. But I know from lawyers practicing in Mumbai and other parts that they've always wondered why it is necessary in Mumbai, Chennai and Calcutta today and not required in other parts of the country. Therefore, we have, instead of bringing Christians at par with them, which would really mean that Christians in 3 cities would require it, in other parts would not require it, we thought it is better, since we are keeping them out, they should be kept out as far as the whole country is concerned. So we put them in the category of, along with Muslims, where probate or letter of administration is not required. With these comments, Madam, I propose to the Honourable House that the bill be accepted.
But I think the suggestion is that a comprehensive bill should be made, because everything should be, and this now the redundant bills of the 25, when we were under some foreign occupation and they had their own interests involved in it, should be changed. And a minister like you, I'm sure, will look into it.
I will look into it.
And all those redundant bills, the bill should start from 1947 onwards and not before that. So now with these words, I put the question, is the Indian Succession Amendment Bill 2001 be taken into consideration? Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it, motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clause 2 and 3 stand part of the bill. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 2 and 3 are adopted. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Shri Arun Jaitley.
Madam, I move that the bill be passed.
Motion moved that the bill be passed.